Good evening, sir. Welcome to our program in Bombo Radyo, Dagupan.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me to this show today. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you as well, sir, for giving us your time for this interview. And first, sir, can you describe the impact of the 7.7 magnitude earthquake that struck central Myanmar and also affected parts of Bangkok, Thailand? And where were you exactly, sir, when the earthquake happened?
I was in Tumama, in one of the provinces here, which is like part of the which is a province very near Bangkok. So we also could feel the effects of the earthquake as well. Yes. So specifically, I was inside my dormitory because I am now studying in a university here in Thailand, and yes, I could feel the shaking. I could feel the, how do you call it, vibration and everything that goes the whole building. So I was in the elevator, and the elevator was eventually like shaking very badly. So I had to stop and then go down while it was going to the first floor, and then we had to run. We had to get out and evacuate from our dormitory, and I have to evacuate to the campus for safety. And so for the effects, I've heard that in Bangkok, some of the buildings, especially those that are still under construction, it eventually collapsed. Yes, and it's very, very unfortunate. And this whole situation has led to a very bad traffic here in Thailand as well. Yes, so there are also several accidents that happens after as a consequence of the earthquake. Yes.
Yes. But how are you now, sir? Along with those people you are with when the earthquake happened, and how long did it take for you to evacuate in a safer place?
Yes. So it was to be very honest, it was quite weird at first because I've never experienced an earthquake before. We don't usually experience earthquake here in Thailand, and so since I have never felt this earthquake before, so it's quite weird. It's really like a scary, experience to know that everything around you goes shaking and it goes out of control. So honestly, I was panicking at first, and also the residents along who live at the same dormitory. Some of them even cried because they kind of panicked, and they were kind of scared as to what happened, as to how strong the earthquake was. It was eventually quite strong, yes, but it took us about less than half an hour to evacuate into a safer place. Yes. So I would say that the safety here is done very quickly. But then, because of all the situation that is very sudden, so it could be said that, because of how sudden the situation was, I could also tell that a lot of people were panicking. Yes, especially the residents. Yes.
Yes, and also, are there any aftershocks, sir, being experienced now or in the past hours since the earthquake occurred or felt in Thailand?
Okay, so so far we hasn't. I am not sure if the aftershock, if the aftershock is strong here in Thailand, but so far I haven't feel that kind of a strong aftershock here in Thailand. But I've heard that the parts of Myanmar, they could still feel the aftershock. They have 21 aftershocks so far. I'm not sure, more than 21 aftershocks during the past 4 or 5 hours. So yes, but in Thailand we don't really feel it anymore. But some of us could feel that it's still a bit shaky. Yes, yeah, only a little. Yes.
Okay, so how about, do you have any information, sir, or update on what certain parts of Thailand was severely affected? Because we've seen photos and videos online, sir, on the aftermath of the earthquake, both in Myanmar and Thailand.
Yes, yes. So, especially during the north and the central part of Thailand, since
Mm.
it's not very far from Myanmar, we could also feel the effects from the earthquake. So I've heard that the earthquake there in Myanmar is about 6 or 7 magnitudes, which is very very strong actually. Yes, and then because of the nature of the earthquake, it's also unfortunate that Thailand is also getting the effects, and um, the consequences, as I've mentioned earlier, there is
Mm.
a lot of building. There are several buildings collapsed um, due to, like, the structure and everything, which that is not made for resisting these phenomena, resisting the earthquake. So yes, by the nature of the situation, a lot of buildings has collapsed. Some of the workers who works for the construction, some of the construction workers who are still so far still stuck on the collapsed buildings, and they are still to be found. And yes, there's also a lot of accidents that happens, which happens as a consequence from the earthquake. So the
Mm.
traffic is very very bad. I heard that one of my fellow colleagues are still stuck in the traffic even after 3 hours. So it has already been 3 hours since they've been stuck on a traffic, and they're still at the same place. So the traffic is that bad. And I could also see some hospitals which really struggled to, have their which really struggled to and tried very very hard to help the patients inside the hospital, because it happened so suddenly. We don't have any notice beforehand, and
Mm.
so they had to do the operation under the sun outside. So yes, I could say that because of the nature of the event, the nature of of the earthquake itself, I do think that the situation here in Thailand is, we are quite in a lot of panic. Yes, but for now we could say, for now I could say that we are a bit more relaxed compared to the first hours, but we are still clueless, or we are still anxious as to what's going to happen for the aftershock, because since we don't really experience earthquake here in Thailand, so yeah, there are still a lot of things to worry about. Yes.
Okay. And sir, how was the government also of Thailand response to the current situation? Are there emergency announcements now, such as massive evacuation on the affected areas?
Um, Unfortunately, I doubt that there's any alerts that are made from the government. I'm not very sure, but the SMS, the calls were not sent, so we are not noticed about the earthquake. We are noticed by other applications which are not supposed to, be working for this, whole alert. We even have, but yeah, they're working very very hard to work on, to help fix, and to you know to for the government right now, they are trying their best to help the, especially those who are affected from the earthquake situation. Yes, because since it's very very sudden, and it's a very risky situation, I would say. There might be even loss of lives, which are very unfortunate and very sudden. So yeah, they are trying very very best to help, um, to help those who are affected by this earthquake. Yes.
Okay. Sir, how about reports on the damages left by the earthquake, as well as if there were also casualties and the residents hurt or injured during the earthquake, and of course even the evacuees?
Sorry, may I have the question again? There's a little
Okay.
problem.
I was just asking, sir, on the reports on the damages left by the earthquake, if there were casualties or residents hurt during the earthquake.
Okay, so there. So far, I have heard that many buildings, since they are not built to resist the earthquake itself, so I would say that there are a lot of damages of a lot of buildings, especially here in Bangkok. Okay, sure. So, as I've mentioned, there are unfortunately a lot of damages here in Thailand since the buildings are not made to withstand the earthquake itself. Yes, and I've heard that at least 3 people were killed in the collision of the buildings in Bangkok, and many of them were rescued or are still under rescue. So yes, I so yes, I would say the earthquake itself has damaged a lot, especially here, especially during the central part in Thailand, especially in Bangkok, where we have like one of the biggest damages we experienced. We had to face one of the biggest damages. Yes, here. Yes.
Yes. As per your experience, is this your first time, sir, to experience such earthquake with a massive impact or effect?
Yes, it's my first time because earthquake at all. So it's my first time, and it has made me panic very, very, very much, and with all the I feel very sad as for the effects and as to what happens as an aftermath after the earthquake. Yes, but I fortunately I have like my parents who are Filipinos who could give some advice about facing with earthquakes. So I was able to go through the situation. I was able to handle the situation quite well from the support of my parents. I'm very happy I'm very happy with this. But yeah, many families and there are also casualties. There happen to be a lot of casualties here as well. So it's very, very unfortunate. Yes.
Okay, so lastly, sir, do you have anything that you would like to add or any message to people or your family and relatives who must have been worried on the current situation there in Thailand, sir?
Okay, so to add, I think because of the nature of this event, because of the nature of the earthquake, I would say that Thailand right now is still in a state of panic as to what is going to happen in the future. But I believe that by the help of the Thai government and by the help of Thai people as well, we will be able to go through this whole situation. We will be able to handle the situation quite well. But I would like to see what's gonna happen next because there might still be aftershocks as a consequence from the earthquake. But yes, we are still struggling and finding ways to handle with, especially the aftermath of the earthquake. Yes.
Hi, Sir Verm. Again, thank you for your time, and of course, we're praying for your safety there and in Thailand.
Thank you very much.